It's finally happening as the Civil War General Brock Nelson and the captain Gabe Landeskog are firing on all cylinders and are leading this team to victory night in and night out. In fact, in the entire month of November, it has been those two players' best month of the season. And it's no coincidence that the Avalanche have not had a single regulation loss for the entire month. They have only had 2 overtime losses, and that is honestly insane, guys. So it is a fantastic time to be an Avalanche fan, especially with these two players getting on their horse. We also saw something really interesting. The lineups were switched in the last 2 games. They swapped around several key players, and it led to a lot of success. Jared Bednar made the right call, and we're going to be breaking down that as well, since it has some big implications for the Avalanche's future. All on this episode right here on Avalanche Digest. Don't forget to kindly smash that subscribe button, and we're just going to continue on this lazy Sunday and chat some hockey to you guys. So let's just get right into it with the main news, and that's that Brock Nelson and Gabe Landeskog had amazing multi-point nights, continues to battle and get the goal. Just an all-time highlight reel goal. They would ultimately go on to lose in the shootout, but didn't lose an actual hockey game, just a skills competition. So still rolling with the vibes flying high, and then they went on to dominate the Montreal Canadiens just last night, or afternoon rather, because it was some more matinee weirdness. But a lot of interesting things did happen in that game. We'll go into it right here because the beginning of that Montreal game started like this. And this is what the lineup looked like. As classic as you can possibly get it. You've had the same first line for quite a while now. You see that the second line has pretty much been this for the entire time, except with Gavin Brindley getting injured. Then Gabe Landeskog has taken his spot. And then by the end of the night, it actually ended up like that, with Martin Necas moving down to play next to Brock Nelson and Gabe Landeskog being in his old spot next to Nathan MacKinnon. And for both Necas and Landeskog, and also Brock Nelson, it has led to a lot of success. Everyone is playing great. Martin Necas has found some chemistry with Brock Nelson, led to an absolutely insane highlight reel goal where he just dishes the puck to Nelson, and Nelson just has to tap it in for the easiest goal of his career. And we also saw Gabe Landeskog just get lit on fire next to Nathan MacKinnon. I don't know what was wrong with him. He must have had someone chasing him. Some ghost was chasing him all night long because he's been playing great hockey and looking like he used to before he got injured. So to have him getting to go and looking like a top 6 player like that, nothing short of fantastic for this Avalanche team. And we'll go to Mackenzie Blackwood that had the best quote of all about the Gabe Landeskog situation. He's nasty. Shakespearean, beautiful commentary by Mackenzie Blackwood, because I couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, look at Gabe Landeskog's last 5 games. He has 6 points. His time on ice has improved to 18 minutes and 12 seconds on average. He is playing way more minutes now, and the points have started to come for him. It was annoying at first because Gabe Landeskog was playing so well and just wasn't getting properly rewarded for it, and then he finally breaks through and has a 3-point night. And Brock Nelson, like we've mentioned before, is also on an unreal pace. He's playing like the second-line center he should be. He's on pace for about 26 goals and about a 52-point pace. And you might be saying that's not quite the production that he needs to have, and I would agree. But that's trended up from being like a 30-point pace to a 52-point pace. So he is getting better and better. The coaching staff knows how to deploy him. And they're starting to really find Brock Nelson's flavor as a second-line center. You can see his time on ice is, on average, is 18 minutes. He is well-liked by the coaching staff. That's the most important thing, because Jared Bednar does like to play favorites, and Brock Nelson seems to be a favorite of his. So that's great for this guy. He's trending in the right direction. The goal scoring is exactly where you'd want it to be. And I do want to talk about Brock Nelson as a whole, because it is an interesting conversation of where we've gone. Because obviously he's traded for Cal Ritchie and a first-round pick, and that's a lot to get a guy like Brock Nelson. At first, it was seen as a really high price, but now that you've gotten into the season more and more, Kyle Ritchie I think, will be a really good player, but he isn't right now. And it looking like he's having to take a lot of time to actually develop into the player he needs to be. Apparently, he's the next Baptiste Bergeron, if you listen to Frank Saravelli, which I don't know why you ever would. But the first round pick that the Avalanche traded is now the 32nd overall. So it's not even really that high of value. And at this point, with Brock Nelson being defensively stout and looking like his offense is just trending hard in the upper direction, there's not a whole lot of complaints I have about Brock Nelson right now. I think he's playing great hockey, and I'm excited to see what the rest of the full season looks for him, because right now he's on about a 52-point pace. If he gets on power play 1, what else could that point pace look like? I'm really excited for it. You can see at every given night, you have the Avalanche having multiple players playing great hockey. It's not just Nathan MacKinnon and Martin Necas. Or Cale Makar. It's everyone else. It's the extra 6 other players that are also playing their best every night that are helping to elevate the Colorado Avalanche. And not every player has to play a full 60 because you have other people picking up the slack. It's a really promising trend that the Avalanche have, and it's why this lineup is so important and I think really has a lot of potential. I mean, you have Nathan MacKinnon now being on one line, and if you want to break him up for Martin Necas, you now have 2 guys on 2 lines that can easily gain the zone and distribute and create plays whenever needed. And with Brock Nelson finding his offense, with Val Nichushkin being on the horizon, there's a lot of potential for this Avalanche top 6 to go nuclear and even better than it already has. And we look at the next few games here, and this is nothing but practice for the Colorado Avalanche. It's no disrespect to any of the teams here, but you have the Vancouver Canucks, who are playing good hockey, but just not getting the wins, unfortunately. They're continuing their trend into just completely missing the playoffs, and they're going to be coming in the Avalanche's barn at home. So it's a piece of business that should be taken care of. You've got the New York Islanders, who are a bit of a tough customer, but you're going to be well rested for that team when you go on your big road trip. You've got the New York Rangers, who are just reeling and are not good whatsoever at home, so it's almost a blessing you get to play them as an away game. The Philadelphia Flyers have been a tough customer. They are sitting above 500, so definitely going to bring the fight for that one. And then you've got the Nashville Predators. You have a list of teams here where this is where you can get in against competitive enough opponents and show what you can do. With Val Nichushkin seemingly returning to the lineup soon, I'm hoping he goes on the road trip. If he doesn't, that's going to be pretty telling of where he is in his injury, but he was a full participant at practice the other day, so I do expect him to go on the road trip and at least draw into the New York Islanders game, because that would make the most amount of sense. But you're seeing now with the Avalanche, they're getting healthy pretty early on into the middle of the season, which is very rare for this team. So it's kind of a weird situation we find ourselves in, but it's one that I don't mind whatsoever. I'm excited for the future of this Avalanche team, especially with Nelson and Landeskog getting absolutely lit on fire. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What are you most excited for right now on this Avs team? I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.